Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman 5. In the last part we beat the last two robot masters and got here to Protoman's Castle, beating the first stage of the process. And now we're actually gonna finish off the castle, thus finish off the game I guess, right? Anyway, time for what I consider the hardest overall stage in the Protoman layer. It doesn't start off that bad, I'll admit to that, but the next screen it starts to get chaotic. Like I mentioned last part, you're gonna want to keep your rush coil towards max, because you'll have to use it a lot for things like that. I can recall at least 2 other instances I need to use that. Also, these metal train enemies, I didn't mention it back in Charge Man's stage, but you don't only have to hit the metal in order to kill them. As soon as the metal reveals his face, anywhere on the train will do for killing it. And we got conveyor belts! Yay! What's that? Conveyor belts over instant death and under instant death? Oh, yay! Seriously, I hate this section so much. The enemies who drop skulls can be annoying only for touch damage. The skulls don't really have much of a chance for hitting you. Luckily, the enemies do go down in one normal shot, so they're not that tough. And we got the skull guys from Crystal Man stage. One thing I didn't know, actually, until I did a test playthrough of this level, was that you could slide? That was... I don't know why my speech weirded out for me there. You can slide underneath their crystals, so use that to your advantage. Also, there is a napalm bomb out. For some reason, I thought I was refilling rush coil. I wasn't paying attention on the menu, if you couldn't tell. And we got a very precarious to get energy tank right there. If you go just beyond where the energy tank is, you're pretty much gonna die, because I think if any part of you touches those spikes, you will die. Because you won't continue sliding underneath them. And I really don't get the point of this section, actually. I mean, I'm sure those... I mean, actually, I guess I do, because there are some people who aren't like me who will just take out every enemy who gets in their way. Some people will just charge right through that without trying to get hit. And I will say, though, coming up here, the most painful sections of this level... Wait, no, never mind, I'm thinking of the next level. This is actually the next painful section of this level, though. Try and kill as many enemies as you can, as soon as you can as well, because otherwise you'll end up with a situation like I'm in right about now, where I have no real way out of this. Sure, I could use an E-Tank, but I want to save those for bosses. And the tiger committed suicide as soon as it killed me. Fantastic! And wouldn't you know it, I died there, and the boss fight was right next to me! That's always the way it is. If you die right towards the end of a stage, the boss room is always 4 feet away. Anyway, time for the boss of Protoman 2. Looks very similar to the tank guy from last part. He actually has 2 weaknesses, Napalm Bomb and Crystal Eye. Napalm Bomb will just hit him because of the explosion, whereas Crystal Eye will just phase through his shield. And what you're seeing is all he does. He'll only walk left and right and try to run into you. The only other big problem is his shield. The Mega Buster can't pierce that, as a few other weapons can't as well, as if I recall correctly. But if you use Napalm Bomb, he quite literally probably doesn't stand much of a chance at all. And with that, we're moving on to Protoman 3. You know, I gotta wonder, where did Protoman get the budget to set this place up? Oh well. Anyway, Protoman 3 is what I was thinking of in the last stage, sorry about that, where there are dangerous sections, more so than others so, depending on what the background is. Because whenever there's an outside background like this, the area is a tad more challenging than the inside portions. I'll get to what I mean later in the stage, and that health is totally worth going for, right guys? Actually, those guys that are on the ceiling do remind me of Metroids, though. And here's the first outside section, which I deem dangerous, but it's not. But it's honestly the least dangerous out of the 3 next outdoors portions, I believe. Pretty much the only dangerous part here is the ability to get knocked into the pits, but it's not that dangerous, honestly. And here's the next required use of Rush Coil. I think I need to use it at least 1 to 2 more times throughout the game. Think is a key word. And this thing looks like Mario World, doesn't it? The next 2 outdoor sections, by the way, you can get those using Rush Coil or by using a really precise jump. Require this little snake block thing right out of Mario World. Pretty much just keep yourself towards the front of it and you should do perfectly fine. The only dangerous thing is the enemies who can knock you into the spikes, which are kind of redundant, honestly. Because why have instant death spikes over an instant death pit? That's kind of odd design there. Okay, this isn't gonna end well for me. Oh god. Ouch. And he is teabagging where I once was. Why are you still jumping, sir? I don't know why they need so many of these guys in a row, because our charge shot, if you are right in front of them, actually will pierce their shield. And, Protoman, you're just going easy on me at this point. I don't need that many E-tanks, although I'm probably going to end up using all of them now that I've said that. Fantastic. And the final section of the stage brings back the blocks, this time with the helicopter guys from Gyro Man stage who will attack just short of you. And this is honestly the easiest outdoor section out of all of them, but it can still be troublesome if you get hit and knocked into the pit. Anyway, time for the boss. He is weak against gyro attacks, so get that out. And he's honestly the hardest out of the 3. Vile from Megaman X! No, that's not what he really is, but that's what he looks like to me. What this guy likes to do is jump in the air, fire 5 plasma shots, and he'll eventually fire those 3 rings, which will freeze you in something. I'm not sure what they are encasing you or freezing me in, but they are freezing you. He's honestly the hardest just because you have to keep track of so much stuff and such. And he also does a lot of damage. He really hurts via touch damage and such. And I actually did check that E-Tank was worth using because the damage I ended up taking was more than I had left. Also, one weird little quirk with the Mega Man games, if you notice, if something happens to you, your life bar changes to that same color. Hell, in the first Mega Man, that bubble boss, if you pay attention, its health bar is the same color as the next eye on the bubble thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Wily 3 boss in Mega Man 1. Anyway, that's actually it for the normal stages. Right now, we're heading after Protoman. Seriously, where did he get the budget for this? And when did he have the free time to build it? Because with Mega Man 3, he was doing all that stuff, but then again, Mega Man 4, he only showed up in the ending, so... Anyway, now we got a rather unique stage for the Mega Man series, Protoman 4. Pretty much what you have to do is shoot the yellow-orange blocks in a way so that the tower collapses a bit further. Be careful, though, because you will get crushed if you're not careful, and you might get impaled by a couple spikes. There's no enemies in this level aside from the boss, too, which is what I find really weird. And we're at the boss already. Alrighty, Protoman, let's go. Whistle sounding a little flat there, dude. And you're still missing your scarf from the beginning of the game. Ouch! What the... Oh, God. Clone situation. Great! That's right, guys. Someone was framing Protoman. Anyway, now I can finally say the names of these guys. The bosses of the Protoman Castle are all named Darkman, who is also a post-game boss in Battle Network 3. The basic strat, well, first off, this one's weak to beats. He combines a lot of the elements of the past guys. He walks around like number 2, he has the shield like number 2, He jumps around a lot like number 3, and he has the same tank shot as number 1. He's very powerful, so make sure you don't get hit often, because if you don't have E-tanks, you probably will die. And also, fun little fact, the only one that showed up in the original animated series was the second one. So, if Protoman was being framed, who did that?
You've done well, Megaman. I never expected you to defeat my powerful Darkman robot.
Late gasp, I totally didn't see this coming, oh god.
Until now, I've managed to frame Protoman for my crimes. But now the real Protoman has appeared and spoiled my plan. Dr. Light is a captive in my lab. Come if you dare.
Yep, Dr. Wily's at it again, folks. Let's be honest, we all saw this coming. But you know what that means, guys? Like in Mega Man 4 and in Mega Man 6, we've got a second castle to go to. Yay! 4 more stages. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. See you guys then.